Yeah, and it listed all the information about my hard disks with the loop and the virtual loop thing and the SDA. And it says, what's the largest disk device? Well, in this case it was SDA3, which is 23 gigs. It was my only, SDA is the only hard disk. It says, identify any empty block devices. Well, there are no empty block devices unless you count loops 5, 6, and 7, which are on the next screen. So I don't know if those counted, but if not, then there's none. 2C says list the partition table of SDA, and that's on my next screenshot. There we go. So there's the command right there, which is the sudo gdisk-l with the disk. And what it does is it lists all the details of that disk. So I see everything from the version to the type of partition formatting to the size of the disk to the size of the sectors to how general information about partitions on the GUID. Talks about the partitions when they start and end, and then it shows the details at the bottom of each partition. Alright, next one says, what do the following commands do inside gdisk? They want to know about N, O, P, and Q. N creates a new partition. It lets you set the partition number, then the first and last sector, and set the file system. O creates a new GUID partition table. It asks you if you want to delete all partitions, create a new protective MBR. P prints the partition table, gives all the data about the drive, etc. Q quits back to the command prompt without saving changes. Next is type sudo into parted and -l. What information is displayed? Well, let's see. Well, first of all, this is just an example here of the NOPQ. You can see that I entered those. Next one is the parted. What does it display? It displays the model, disk name and size, the sector size, the partition table type, the disk flags, the file system on the partitions, and the same info for the loop partitions. That's that. Next one's what command can be used to display a list of partitions? Print. What command renames a partition? Name and then the partition name. What command deletes a partition? RM and then the partition. Step 5 says the part 3 of the instructions, create new virtual hard disk and set up a new partition. So I powered down the virtual machine. I created a new virtual hard disk using the instruction video that it linked to me, although I had done it before. I then powered it back up and typed lsblk, and here you see down here SDB 10 gig disk right there. So that's my second hard disk. Then it says create a new partition, so I went to sudo gdisk with the new partition, or I mean the new disk info there. And then let's see, where is that? That's right here. And then I went to N command within gdisk, which then asked me a bunch of questions, which I just filled them out. And now I have a new hard disk. Thank you. Have a great. Oh, one question I got to answer. Sorry. What new knowledge did I acquire? It was all new knowledge, because even though I was exposed to all this in the materials, I had no real knowledge of it, and it was as if brand new. Doing it is the only way for me to really learn. I learned how to use gdisk and parted, and relearned how to create an additional virtual VM hard disk, and how to create a partition on said disk with gdisk. Thank you.